Sup hipsters, this is Meg back with some more Gen Z updates on the Country Hipster podcast. So today we have episode 9, Vampire Weekend, self-titled. I would definitely classify this as alternative. There's some vibey stuff, there's some like emo rock kind of feels. I don't even know what else to call it, so just alternative, I guess. There's a lot of orchestra kind of bits in M79 that were a really interesting choice, especially in comparison to the beginning of the next song that sounds a lot more like standard Radio 104.5 kind of material. Bryn also had some interesting timing type things, but that also could have been because I was half listening while doing my makeup, so didn't have my full attention there. They're okay. It's not something I would go looking for to listen to like all the time on repeat, but if somebody else put it on, I certainly wouldn't complain about it. 7 out of 10 from me. Episode 10, Gaslight Anthem, the 59 sound. It feels like it's somewhere between the Goo Goo Dolls and Boys Like Girls, I think. But it's a very different initial sound than what I'm familiar with from their song 45. That came on the radio when I was in college. I was obsessed with it for a solid like 3-4 months. And like, I love when it just randomly pops up in my shuffle. That's one of those like, roll your windows down, blast the radio. I don't care if other people like it or not. I'm playing it loud because it's meant to be played loud and like sang along to and all of that. Their lead singer almost sounds like the guy from The Killers, I feel like. There's a lot of good summer songs on this album. Like, again, blasting it on the way down the shore as part of my Shipment Day playlist when I was at Journeys. The guy from the 45 is definitely in the background of The Patient Ferris Wheel. I have no idea who this guy is, but I like his voice. 9 out of 10 on this one. Episode 11, Violent Femmes, self-titled. The first time I heard Blister in the Sun was on one of my dad's mix CDs. And it was either right in between or right after a couple Green Day songs. So for the longest time, I really thought that song was by Green Day. Had no idea what Billie Joe Armstrong was doing with the vocal effects on that one. But I really thought it was Green Day. Never once looked it up. And after I figured out it wasn't Green Day, I just kind of didn't know who it was, didn't love it enough to look it up. It was also a little weird not hearing that track immediately followed by Laid, because my band can't seem to separate the two. It's always like, oh, we've played Blister in the Sun, now we're playing Laid. No option. It just happens. The vocals on this whole album are a little weird. Like, it works well for them. Not really my style. They do have a lot of cool bass lines, though. 6 out of 10. We'll throw in one extra for this one. Episode 12. Fucking Steel Train. Self-titled / Terrible Thrills, Volume 1. Alright, it's actually really good. It's not what I was expecting from the name of the band. I really thought it would be more like metal-y or something. It's really not what I thought it was going to be. And I was fully prepared to say that there's absolutely no way that this should be worth the obscene amount of money that Discogs says it is. Now, I certainly wouldn't pay that much money for an album, but it is pretty good music. It's a similar sort of vibe to New Politics based on the first couple songs. I feel like Fall Asleep sounds very reminiscent of a Broadway song. It's kind of giving Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen, in my personal opinion. It could be totally wrong, but it's just me. Sorry, Paul. 8 out of 10. Thanks for listening. I'll be back with more updates.